your Bulls had a disappointing night on Friday night against the Leopards. But I'll tell you the truth, I want to hear from you about this. Nothing to be ashamed about on this season.
Yeah, Gainesville's having a great year. They ended up at 10-0 in the regular season. Very talented team, and they're district champions, and they fought hard to do that. I thought our effort was good Friday. We started off early in the game making quite a few mistakes that kind of put us in a bind. But as the game wore on, I thought we started kind of settling into the speed of the game real good, and I thought we played them really good for most part of the game. They were really good, and we can't afford to spot them early like that.
Oh, right, exactly. The makeup of your team coming back next year. We're at the end of your season, obviously. On the football side of things, what does the team look like next year? Are you losing a lot of seniors?
Well, we're losing some significant seniors, but every year you do. You hope that you have a senior class every year that's good contributors, and the good side of that is you end up with playoff teams like we have this year. The bad side of it is the next year you got to replace them, but that's just part of high school football. We also have a whole lot of underclassmen that are making big contributions to this team. Then really the secret to our year next year is going to be how much progression can those guys get athletically. What kind of off season do they have? Can we increase our speed, our strength, our skill level? Those are the big keys for how we'll do next year. And that's a book that has to be written between now and then.
You have to be written on, and we're going to get to visit with a couple of those underclassmen, a couple of juniors that I was visiting with, chatting before the interview. And they were telling me how fast that Leopard team was. But a score that came later in the game, I think the third quarter, may be attributed to them over pursuing to some degree.
That's true, but you know what? One of the key components for any really good team in modern football is they're fast. So there's not going to be any good teams that you're going to come back and say, man, those guys were slow. How fast a team can play the game is a huge factor into how good they are, and that's why one of our big goals for next year is to try to get our team to where we can play faster, and the faster you can play, the better you are, and that's one of the things that makes Gainesville so good. One of the things that makes Argyle so good. They're our by-district opponent this week. Same thing. They play the game really fast, and that's why they're good.
So is it basically endurance and strength that you'll be focusing on, working on to improve in that area?
Mostly strength and explosiveness and quickness. We hope we can get faster in the top end of our guys, but one of the things that you can affect a lot in a program is how quick you are, how good your feet are, how fast you can get from point A to point B. And that's really what football is mostly made of. And it takes strength. It takes strength and explosiveness to do that. So that's the big challenge that we'll have whenever our season ends. The big challenge for the underclassmen will be how much better can they get before next season starts.
Do you continue to work with the underclassmen for the remainder of the year? I mean, you're moving into next semester into spring sports and that whole program. I want to hear quickly, from you about some of those things that the Bulls will be involved in, girls and boys. But do you continue to work with your football guys for the remainder of the year?
Oh, you have to. It has to be a calendar year thing about trying to increase your body strength, physical fitness, endurance, speed, power. All those things are things that you have to be able to do throughout the calendar year for the body to respond to it. So, yeah, that never ends. And while those kids are playing in the spring sports, they're also involved in the off-season program and in the weightlifting and the different things to work on speed, endurance, strength, and physical fitness.
So it never really slows down for the head coach, who's also the athletic director.
No, we'll take a short little break after the season's over and let everybody kind of heal up, let everybody kind of get ready and geared up, and then the next season starts. The next season will start early in December, basically, and that's when we talk about all during the year about goals. That's why making the playoffs is such a big deal. That stuff started last year in late November, early December, and that's stuff that the kids work on throughout the spring semester, throughout the summer. So it's not just a football season thing, and that's why it is such a big deal. That's why making the playoffs and getting goals, that's the culmination of a lot of work and a lot of time.
Let's talk to a couple of those aspiring juniors that are a couple stars on this team.
You bet.
Stay connected with the latest in wellness and healthcare news. Find Faith Community Hospital on Facebook and Twitter. Visit fchtexas.com for more information.
We're back. Coach Henson, a couple of your star juniors on this Bull team. We want to visit with these guys.
Yeah, this week we have a couple of juniors. Standing next to me here is Hunter Gant. Hunter is an offensive player, and he's kind of splits his time between being a receiver and a quarterback and plays a lot of different roles in that. Has played really well, especially here later in the season in both roles. Next to him is Jordan Polk. Jordan's one of our defensive backs, plays corner and plays safety sometimes, and he played a really good game, I thought, Friday night against Gainesville, guarding the pass and made a lot of good tackles.
Terrific, Coach. Step over just a little bit. So you guys are essentially offense and defense. Do you get the other side of the ball at all?
I don't really.
There's no time for that. How about you?
It's strictly defense for me. So.
Yeah, well, super. You can focus. Tell us a little bit about the game on Friday night. It was a disappointing loss for you. What was it like down on the field?
It was pretty intense. Most of the stuff that happened, it was just really, it was kind of a big deal. They were really, really fast, but some of us, we made some good plays against them, and it was just, I really don't know how to describe it. It was just kind of,
Yeah, right. How about from your perspective?
Their speed mainly. We had to give a lot more effort, just basically to keep up with them. It was a fast-paced game, so we did all we could, and we just couldn't quite pull it out. So,
what do you attribute that to? As visiting with Coach a little bit about the program to focus on increasing speed and how important speed is the overall context of the football team. What do you attribute their speed to?
Well, they work hard in the off season. I mean, I'm sure they've worked hard all through their high school years, their middle school years, just to maintain that speed and get it up to par. So
something they've focused on. How about from your perspective, Hunter?
it's the same thing, really. It's just about working hard, getting all your reps in for whatever it is. It's like Coach said, it's all about speed and explosiveness and all that sort of stuff.
You looking forward to next year already?
Oh yes, we're going to work hard in the off season and get as well as we can to be ready for next year. So.
And how about you, Hunter?
Oh yeah, definitely. We're going to work on just everything, just about every aspect of the game. It's like we said earlier. It's all about speed and explosiveness. Getting from point A to point B, just like Henson said. So,
what do you like to do when you're not playing football, practicing football, doing homework?
Yeah, besides homework, mainly hanging out with friends, just the team, just getting to know each other better. So,
how about you?
Really, just the same thing. Going to go hang out with friends, eating with them, and all that sort of stuff. Going hunting and fishing too. That's a real big thing for me. So.
Terrific deal. Well, listen, congratulations on really a great season. What was it, 6th consecutive year for this team to go into postseason, and none to hang your head about regarding the season of football that y'all had. And good luck on next year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.